All right, a bit different today. I'm with the Quails right now. I just call an entire section, the bottom section I call them, meaning that they're dinner now. And I only left the top section with Quails. I have been using this, I would say now, for a bit of time. And I have absolutely nothing bad to say about these cages. Maybe one thing. The trays that they bring are a little narrow. But other than that, I mean, they're just perfect. They're perfect. Really easy to use. The Quails seem to like them. Quails do have a bit of a sensitive hello, Mr. Rooster, sensitive feet. So this cages definitely do help with that. But you know, we have an egg shortage, or at least that's what's going on. But I have not yet to have a single problem. I mean, you can see in here, that's just for 3 days. 3 days. So I have right now, just right here, I have a dozen. And I get a dozen eggs every single day. When I had the bottom part full, I had a lot more. Because in each one of these, you can put 6. I don't like putting 6. I like putting 5 when I have it with a rooster and 4 individual. So that's what I did. I had 12 on top plus a rooster and 12 on the bottom. So I was getting 2 dozens every single day. To be honest, that is way more than enough eggs that I need, that my family needs. So I honestly sold a lot of eggs, and I used that money to buy the feed. I have a bag right here. So honestly, the only investment that I did with the Quails was when I purchased the eggs. That right now, believe it or not, they are in back order. I think they are between 45 to 2 months out. So if you can find somebody locally that can supply you with fertilized eggs, I think that's the way to go. I get questions of whether or not the Quails will incubate. Quails are terrible parents. So no, you need to incubate your own eggs. Again, when you compare one with the other, you know, this is the size of a quail egg, and these are the jumbo ones. So keep that in mind. You need 3 quail eggs for 1 chicken egg. But quails do produce eggs. They can start laying between 6 to 8 weeks, and they are full mature between 8 to 10 weeks. So they start producing eggs really, really early. So you know, it's easy to change the flock if you want to. And I will say this: I do that once a year. The lifespan of a quail, good laying quails, is a year and a half. At a year old, I literally call my quails. Hence the fact that I have the dates typing here. That way, and I know you guys cannot see it, but trust me, it's there. This was born in July 16, 2024. So by that time, this year, well, they're going in my belly. That's the reason that the other ones went in my belly, because they were a little older. Not because you won't get eggs, just it diminished, the production diminished. And what you want to do now is, well, start new again. When it comes to genetics, I have not noticed any issues. You will see issues after the 5th generation. But thus far, you know, I have not seen any issues. For what it's worth, you know, they're producing every single day. They're healthy. They're big. But nonetheless, most likely this year, I'll be ordering eggs again from outside. That way I can introduce that into what I have. That way the bloodline, you know, keeps evolving. And I literally do pick the biggest ones all the time. I don't just pick the docile ones. No, I pick the biggest ones. And I don't know if you hear that, but that is how a rooster sounds. So I only have one rooster here. You don't need a whole bunch of roosters. They do get into fights sometimes, so be mindful of that. I got one over there. I had it separate in a separate little cage because she got into a fight with others and she lost half of her feathers in her head. So I gave her 2 weeks away from the rest of them. Now she's fine. She's doing great. Still lay eggs throughout the entire time. So yeah. Now, fertilized eggs. Fertilized eggs will hatch between, I would say, you can start seeing 17 days if you put it in an incubator. And the incubator that I use is the Little Giant. I know I'm going all over for this video. I just want to have it sit down with y'all and just, you know, talk a little bit. Because I got an email that I never got the chance to reply in the video. Hopefully that person is seeing this right now. That way I can answer that question. That question was that they were having issues with how many hatches they will get. Incubator is number one. Humidity is key. Do you have an egg turner? I have an egg turner. The chicken and the quails are not the same. That you have to change the inside part. I don't think I ever done a video on that. Maybe I'll do one in the future. But it does help, you know, increase the hatching. You should expect a ratio. If you put 30 eggs, if you get 20 to hatch and 15 to make it, I think you're good. The problem with the quails is that when they hatch, you have to be very careful. You have to leave them in the incubator too, because a lot of people get really anxious, me included, and you picking, oh my god, I got this many now. Oh my god, I got this many. And they are the most cutest things ever. The most cutest thing ever. If you have ever seen a quail hatch, I know for a fact that you will hook on quails. They're just, I mean, they're just precious. They're little tiny things, and you know, they just lay on top of your hand, and they're precious. But they are very. You have to be very careful with them. I think I mentioned in some of my videos that the casualties that I have when the quails do hatch is essentially in the brooder. Sometimes they get spooked, they get scared, and they jump. And when they jump, they break their neck. Many times that happened. That's why I put the brooder inside my house, and I specifically told my son, who loves playing with the pugs, don't make a fuss. Don't make loud noises or anything like that. Just let them be. And the reason why I have them in the house, not in the prepper shed, is because when they're little, I have the light on 24/7. These ones do get to sleep. The other ones do sleep, but with the light on. So, and plus, they need the heater inside. So, your issue when it comes to hatching can be bad eggs. I've seen people putting a rooster with, I don't know, 7 or 8 hens. I like having a ratio 1 rooster, 4 hens. That way I know that most likely all 4 get fertilized. That's just me. So keep that in mind. Your incubator can be an issue. The moisture inside the incubator does play a role as well. If you have egg turners or not, maybe you do it by hand. I don't know. So, you know, it happens. It happens. It's a learning process. I remember one time I lost almost an entire batch. I think I hatched 3 out of 50. And it was so discouraging. My incubator was messed up. The fan went out. So, only 3. So, it does happen. But yeah, I hear folks asking about quails all the time. and and I hear folks saying, "Go with chickens, go with chickens." Look at the space. I want you to consider this, and I'm gonna pan so you guys can see the space. This is how much space I'm having here. Listen, that's it. Look, that's it. That's all the space that I need, and I can have in here a significant amount of birds. If I want to maximize the space, I can have six, and six. So quite a significant amount. Now you can only have just one if you want to. That's perfectly fine too. That's what I have right now, because essentially all I'm doing right now is for a little bit. I'm gonna be collecting eggs because I have been freeze drying eggs more than anything else. And then I will transfer the rooster, you know, as I get one batch, and the eggs are good to put in the incubator up to 10 days. After that, your chances go down. So bear that in mind as well. So I collect eggs in here for about a week. Then I move the rooster and give it another 2 days until they get acclimated with each other and whatnot. Then I collect it again. And at that time I have the incubator. So I do now, and I replenish the whole entire thing. Same rooster. That's it. Well, overall, I mean, I always recommend people, if you want to start something that is easy, that is not that costly, and that is going to give you a return on your money fairly fast, Quail is it. I recommend in one of my previous videos, rabbits as well. Rabbits is something that I had in Cuba. We had rabbits in the farms in Florida. They're not my favorite. They're not my favorite because in hot environments, rabbit pee stinks. That's the reason why they're not my favorite. I mean, raising rabbit is like nothing to me. I mean, I have done it pretty much all my life, so I can do it with my eyes closed. And quails, quails are just something that, quite honestly, to me, even if you're in an apartment, you can do it. You can definitely do it. I mean, just having a little cage with 2 sections, that's it. And you can have 6 quails in each one. That's a dozen eggs every single day. And all you need is a light ball. That's it. A light ball, you know, something like that in the back. That's it. That's all you need. The feed is not that expensive. The feed needs to be high in proteins. One of the things that I buy, let me grab it so you guys can see it. I get this, the meal, what is this called? Mealworms. I buy a bag, especially when they start to molt. Look how they get. Let me give them some so you guys can see. They recognize the bag, and they really do love it. But I do give them some. They help them more proteins. It's never bad. So get a little bit. Come on, girls. And I'm giving them some so you guys can see it, because I already gave them some today, so I'm not going to give them a lot right now. So they do love it. There you go. You see? And I don't give it the whole thing, just a little bit. They're little animals. So this thing is going to last me, and this is, how many pounds are here? 5 pounds. This is going to last me a good 2 months. So I don't give them a lot. A bag of feed right now that I don't have as many, 2 months. Easy. Easy. In fact, one of this lasts me about 3 days. That's it. And this is half a gallon. 3 days. So that's how much food all of them in here take per day. So three days. So yeah, don't be afraid of getting quails. In fact, if your environment if your environment is in the city, I think this is way better. If you have the space to keep them indoors, this is better. The reason why is because in here I don't have to worry about predators or anything like that. It's climate control. Yes, they do have a little bit of a issue with dust, but here's the solution. Look, let me turn around. That's it, right there. That's an air filter. Have it right next to it, above, and that's it. Problem solved. I clean this every 3 days. I don't know if you guys can see, but I have pee pads in there. I take the pee pads. In fact, I just did it just a minute ago. Look at this. Here it is. Pee pads inside. I don't get my hands dirty. Nothing. I come around with a vacuum and I just vacuum on top for any dust. And that's it. And I got fresh eggs every single day. So, yeah, the initial investment may be a little high. You need to buy the eggs. It's going to cost you some money. You need to buy yourself a brooder. Depends on how you want to do it. I advise you to just check the link in the description, and you can get some percentage off, because I affiliated with this company, so you guys can get a little discount. You need to get a brooder, and the brooder that they sell, I highly recommend it. I have used it, man. It's perfect. I have like 3 or 4 brooders, and that one is my favorite. So it has everything in it already. Everything. It's plug and play, and that's it. You need to get yourself a cage. You can get something like this that it has everything already, or you can build one. I have one for the summertime that is massive outside. I built that one. It's just real big, real nice. But for inside, this one is perfect. In fact, during summertime, I use this one, I use the other one, I use the brooders, everything. Last year, I think I harvested over 100 quails, easy. And I still ended up with way too much inside the prepper shed into just a little while. Of course, the feed is going to cost you, but I think you can offset that if you sell some eggs. You can sell them Facebook and whatnot. Don't put it on Facebook as I'm selling quail eggs. No, put it in there. I'm selling quail nuggets. That's how you can go around on that. You can also advertise. I sell fertilized quail nuggets. Those eggs are not like this ones. I can sell a dozen eggs for $5 to $6. A fertilized egg. Now we're talking some good money. Some good money. You can charge the same price that the people online are charging, and people will pay it, because they are not meant for eating. They are meant for reproducing. So bear that in mind. What else? I think that's pretty much it. I mean, if I were to advise you, I will say that you will not regret it. That's my take. If you get extra eggs, you can always cook them and freeze them if you want to. Don't boil them and freeze them. Don't do that. I did that. I made that mistake. It's like a rubber. No, but you can scramble them and freeze them. You'll be fine. If you have a freeze dryer, man, I have so much scrambled eggs with ham inside and veggies and whatnot that are freeze dry for hunting season and for whatever. I have in half a gallon mason jars. I have in quart jars. I have in pint jars. It's just, they are literally an egg producing machine. Way faster than a chicken, and you can replace them just like that. Just like that. Think about it. All you need is 2 months, and you're up and running again. If you lose your entire flock. Chickens, yeah. The bad thing is, and I will say this, you need to be more careful with them. They're just small. chicken is more hardy, especially for winters here. They can deal with the cold a lot better. This ones I leave outside until it's like, I don't know, at nighttime, like in the high 20s. After that, I bring them inside. But I mean, it is what it is. Pros and cons. I leave it up to you to make the decision. But I think in the long run, it is a good investment. I really made my money back already. I really did. All the investment that I did on the cage, on the food and everything, I made my money back on eggs, selling quails. You know, I'm just right now. Everything is gravy. So if that's what you want, there you have it. If you want to go with chickens, just be mindful that they are a little bit more involved, and you're not gonna get your return on the money as quick as this. So hopefully this helped. I know I went all over the place, but I haven't done a video like this in quite a while. So hopefully it helps. If you have questions, put it in the comment section below. I will try to answer them to the best of my abilities. And if I have to do a second video, I'll be more than glad to. I really do think that I would love to see more people involved in these little birds. Kids especially. I mean, I can't count the times that I see my son holding them and just petting them. It's not like a chicken that they can peck your eye out. This one's just so small that no damage. Anyways, we're getting too long. I'm just rambling now. I hope you have a great one. Like I was rock on, prep on, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.